Very good morning, children. We'll continue chapter of physical and chemical changes. So physical changes are those where the new product is not formed and the property of the substance remains the same. Chemical changes are those in which new substance is formed and where the properties of a reactant will be different from. Okay, children, we are discussing about physical and chemical change. Okay, as you know, if you cut a slice of apple, okay, it changes its color, and this color of apple becomes brown in color. But this color will not occur suddenly. After some time, it will occur as brown color. So if you take potato also or brinjal, the change of color in these cases are what? Are due to the formation of new substance. So this formation of new substance is called chemical change. Okay. And there is a type of reaction called neutralization reaction. Means when an acid react with base, it forms salt and water. Okay, such a reaction is also a chemical change. Okay, and even you have learnt about the process called photosynthesis. So during photosynthesis, what happens? Plants prepare food on their own. Prepare food on their own means they use carbon dioxide, water, and in presence of sunlight they prepare food. So this is food or glucose. So this type of reaction is also a chemical change, because once the food is prepared, we cannot get carbon dioxide and water back. It is not a reversible reaction. So chemical changes are usually irreversible. Even if you take the case of digestion. So digestion is a process where the food is converted, the simple complex food is converted to simple food particles. So even digestion also a chemical change, because when we eat food, the food converts, the food is chewed and get digested. After getting digested, the food which is consumed by you will convert it to glucose. So this glucose will give energy. So in this way, this digestion of food is also an example for chemical change. So after learning chemical change, again we will try to understand chemically what is rusting of iron, how does it take place, what changes will actually occur, what products are formed, what substances are formed. Okay. So rusting of iron. In this case, what happens? This is one change that affects the iron particles and slowly destroys them. So what happens here? Rusting means iron particles will get affected. Okay. And these iron particles will slowly get destroyed. Means since iron is used in making bridges, where we use iron in making bridges, ships, cars, truck bodies, almost everywhere we use iron. and many other articles we make. The molarity loss is due to rusting of iron is huge. So loss of these articles which are made is a big huge loss of for what? For due to the rusting of iron. They'll get rusted. Okay. So the process of rusting can be represented by the following equation. So following equation will indicate how rusting take place. So we take iron here. Okay. So oxygen which is from the air. Oxygen, it is from the air. Okay. So this will react with moisture. Actually it is water. Moisture. Okay. This forms iron oxide Fe2O3. This is called rust or iron oxide. Okay. See. So what criteria is important here? For rusting, the presence of both oxygen water or water vapor is essential. One condition is oxygen and water vapor is essential. So this is essential if rusting process have to take place for rusting. In fact, if the content of moisture in air is high, if moisture content in air is high, what happens there? Which means if it is more humid, rusting becomes faster. If more humidity is there, means higher the humidity, greater the rusting. If humidity is higher, rusting will be faster. So this is how the presence of oxygen and water vapor or moisture content in the water will allow the iron to get rusted, and it forms iron oxide. Is nothing, chemically it is iron oxide. It's called rust. Okay. So what are the measures? How can we prevent these both? This rusting, how can we prevent? Because it's a great loss. Suppose if truck is there, lorry is there, or lorry body part is there, complete is made of iron. If it is kept open, if it is working in the open and all, the iron gets rusted quickly. But what we can do, what we can do for preventing from the rusting? Okay. So how do we prevent rusting? Prevent articles from coming in contact with oxygen or water or both. So how do we prevent iron coming in contact with oxygen or water or both? Okay. Or water vapor. One simple way is to apply a coat of paint or grease. So one simple way is to apply paint or grease over it. This is one. In fact, these coats should be applied regularly to prevent rusting. So paint or grease coating should be regularly done over the iron article, so that it will be prevented from rusting. Okay. Then another way is to deposit a layer of a metal like chromium or zinc or on iron. Another way is depositing what? A layer of metal. A layer of metal like chromium or zinc on what? On iron. Layer of coating or depositing a layer of metal over a metal. So this is the process of depositing a layer of zinc on iron is called galvanization. So this process of what? depositing a layer of metal on iron is called galvanization. Galvanization. You know that ships are made of iron. You know very well. Ships are made of iron, and a part of them remains underwater. You know very well. Ship is made up of iron. So a part, the lower part of the ship, which is made of iron, will be in contact with water always. Okay. On the part above water also, water drops keep clinging to the ship's outer surface. So if this is a ship, okay, if even though here there is water, but when the ship is traveling, the water particles they clinch here, they clinch. Means they come and touch every time. They come and touch. They come and touch. Okay. So the ship's outer surface also, these water particles will go and touch them, cleanse them. Moreover, the water of the sea contains many salts. You know very well. So sea water contains mostly salts, large quantity of salt. The salt water makes the process of rust formation very faster. If the salt water is there, the rusting becomes very much faster. Rusting is faster. Therefore, ships suffer a lot of damage from rusting instead of being painted. So ships will suffer a lot of damage. Most ships are damaged due to the rusting. So much so that a fraction of ship iron has to be replaced every year. So every year, a part of that particular place should be changed, should be replaced. So it is a big loss, heavy loss to the even world also, because most of the goods are materials are transported through the ships. Okay, so this is how galvanization will prevent the iron articles from the process of rusting. Then there is one more process called crystallization. I think already you know, in class you studied that salt can be obtained by evaporation of seawater. You know very well. Salt is obtained by what? Obtained by evaporation of seawater. Evaporation of sea water. Okay. The salt obtained in this manner is not pure, and the shape of its crystal cannot be seen clearly. This salt obtained here will not be pure, and its shape of crystal cannot be seen clearly. Salt is impure. Okay. And its shape of the crystals is not clear. Different shapes, like different varieties of stones, pebbles are there. However, large crystals of pure substance can be formed from their solution. So large substances or large quantity of pure salt can be found from their solution, from salt solution. The process is called crystallization. This process is called crystallization. So this is a physical change. Okay. So one activity is there in your home also you can try. Even you can try in your home by using different methods. See, take a cup full of water in a beaker. First you take cup of water in a beaker. So first you take beaker. Okay. Here we have water here. and add a dilute sulfuric acid. Add sulfuric acid to the water and start heating. Start heating the container. Okay. Heat the water. When it starts boiling, add copper sulfate powder slowly with stirring continuously. So when it starts boiling, what you should do? You should add copper sulfate and you stir it. Stir it is mixing up with a rod, stirrer, glass rod will be there. Okay. Continue adding copper sulfate powder till no powder will be dissolved. You continue to such a content that such a time that when you will understand that now salt cannot be dissolved. So copper sulfate is usually blue in color. Add it. Filter the solution and cool it. First you add till the copper sulfate solution will not be no more dissolved. Then you filter it by using a filter like this. Okay, this is a filter. In another beaker you filter it. Okay. Do not disturb the solution when it is cooling. After filtering, don't disturb. Look the solution after some time. So when you look there, what happens there? You will learn that about physics. Can you see the crystals of copper sulfate? If not, wait for some more time. You wait for some time. Again, you can see the very pure, complete pure crystals of copper sulfate. So these observations will make you aware about whether the changes around us are physical change or chemical changes. So in this case also there is a physical change because new substance is not formed. Only the color or new crystals are formed, but color of the copper sulfate remains the same as blue. Okay, so these are the concept you have learned in your chapter of physical and chemical changes.